And so here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome to September Spa. And it's the 26th of September 2022. And firstly, an apology because I'm on twice. I'll just mute that one. Because I have been unbelievably busy and also traveling. So working, but also traveling for work. Lots of driving, lots of trains, lots of getting back going. I just have to lie on the fainting couch now. I'm so tired. And so, so I haven't been doing spas. I haven't been doing my podcast. I have been keeping up on my Monday motivator message. So that's something that's good. But I've also been having an absolute ball and really enjoying the work that I'm doing. So I hope you'll forgive me for that reason. Okay, so I'm hoping that you have a lovely bowl of bubble bath, and maybe you've got excuse me, I've just had a drink and it's making me burp. Keeping it real, folks. So I hope you've got, everything you need, really, whatever you'd like to drink, whatever you want to have to make yourself comfortable, and just to make sure that you have this hour for yourself. By the way, this is what I'm drinking right now, Twinings Sleep. I don't get any money from Twinings for saying this. I just thought I'd share with you. It's spiced apple and vanilla with chamomile and passion flowers. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not mad keen on chamomile. I find it a bit dusty somehow. I'm just not keen, but I don't mind it in with all of these things, and especially the spicy apple. It's a bit cinnamony, so that's a really nice one to try if you haven't already, or whatever it is that you like. So I'm just having a look. I know that Emma is here. Hello, Emma. And hopefully there'll be a few other people as well. If people don't sign in to YouTube, if you just kind of watch it, then I don't always know who's here. But whoever is there, hello, my darling, and well done for being here and making it happen for you. So I wanted to talk a little less in this one, because I noticed the last couple that I've done, I get to the reflexology and I kind of gallop through it a little bit. So I'm going to do less talking. Oh my gosh, is that even possible? And more doing. So we're going to follow a similar format if you've done these before, where we're going to do the magic three. Got to do the magic three. I'll explain that in a bit if you've not done them before. And we're going to do the shoulder massage and then foot reflexology, or you can do hand reflexology if you wish. So I'll be following the pattern on my reflexology socks, but you can also follow a very similar pattern on your hands if rubbing your feet is either not possible or you just don't fancy it. That's fine too. And we will, of course, finish off in the Maldives, a little holiday for yourself. So if you've already got your feet in the water, that's absolutely fine. Now then, Lisa is here. She thinks she's on her son's YouTube, so it might say Silver Arrow. Yes, indeed it does, Lisa. But welcome, welcome, welcome. You might already have your feet in the water. You might be doing a dry spa, which is also fine. But if you want to have your feet in the water now, you can, or I'll give you a shout in a bit when you really need to have them in the water. Just be comfortable. Okay, so let me see. Right, yeah, that's what I was going to have. Just looking at my notes there, what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about menopause. That may not be applying to you. It may be applying to somebody that you work with, or somebody in the family, or somebody close to you, or it may be directly affecting you right now. It's now seen as a really important issue for workplaces, and you can get workplace training on menopause issues. And before I went through it, I would have thought, what nonsense is this? But having been through it, and it's not that far off, 10 years now of very severe symptoms. So I do think it's worth knowing about. And one of the things that I experienced, and I had lots of blood tests and, all kinds of inquiries into severe joint pain. So sometimes I couldn't even lift the kettle because my elbow and wrist hurt so much. If I walked even just around the supermarket, my ankles and my knees and my hips were just so painful. It was just unbelievable. And yes, I had all kinds of tests for arthritis and rheumatism and those kinds of things. And the doctors, A, found nothing, and B, said nothing about what it might be. They offered me steroid injections, which is a bit difficult when it's all of your joints. And it really wasn't an answer to, figuring out what it was. Anyway, Dr. Google came to the rescue, and I realized that painful joints is a menopause thing. Well, when you think about it, one of the things, it looks like Sarah's here as well. Hey, Sarah. And I should say, hey, Sarah, I'm looking at that screen, not this one. Yeah, a big thing about the menopause is dehydration, that basically the body isn't creating the lubrication that it normally would in all kinds of areas that I won't go into right now. But it makes sense that, the joints need lubricating as well. So, of course, the joints are going to be dry and cronky and be problematic. So, long tail our cat's got. What I'm getting to is I stopped doing a lot of exercise. So I was doing boot camp. I was doing some quite energetic yoga. I was walking frequently. I actually took a walk up. It's a very famous hill, and it's on the Channel 4. The advert for Channel 4 with the big silver fall walking up a hill. Can't remember what it's called. Anyway, whatever that's called. I took a walk, and I actually had to get picked up by a car because I was in so much pain partway around. So I really stopped doing things. Now, that meant that I wasn't taking much exercise, which meant that I was feeling a bit fed up. And then we had COVID, lockdown. And my go-to thing is often sugar and carbs. So put the weight on, got unfit. And now I'm doing couch to 5K, and I'm finding I'm on week 5. I can't even believe it. And I've been noticing that my joints occasionally get a little twinge, but otherwise I'm fine. So I think I'm over the other side of the menopause. Things are actually starting to get better. And oh my goodness, what a relief it is. And I just said to Annie this afternoon, I had a little nap because I've been a bit busy, and I knew that I was doing this. So I thought I'll have a little lie down, a little nap. But I realized I've been doing that less and less. It was, do any small job, I'd have to lie down. Do a big job, I'd have to lie down and sleep. Drive somewhere, do a whole day's work, drive back again, I'd have to lie down for 2 days. And I thought, I've not been doing that very much at all. And it's been since I've been doing couch to 5K. So shock horror, people. What I think is the message here is that when you do physical exercise, it gives you more energy, not less. Who knew? And I think it's actually good for you. I think it's like good for your mental health, emotional health, and physical health to take vigorous exercise. Who knew? There may be some research on it from somewhere, but the difference is incredible. So I was thinking tonight, I would just mention this, that sometimes we think, I'll look after myself better when I'm feeling fitter, or when I've finished this particular thing that I'm doing that's making me very busy, or I will look after myself and do some self-care when I'm less busy, or I'll do it when I'm on holiday, or I'll do it when I'm, I'll have better lunches when I'm back at work because I'll pack a lunch and it will be better. Or I'll do more self-care when I've finished this studying or this particular work or looking after everybody else. We need to do it now. The very basic physical care of your very precious self. Who else is going to remind you that you need to eat something or hydrate or whatever it is you need to do? So we need to do it now, and then we feel the difference. And I've mentioned this before, but this also bears retelling, that we don't get some self-esteem and then start doing self-care. We do the self-care, And that brings self-esteem, because your intention to do that practical, maybe even very basic thing for yourself, gives the brain and the heart the message that I matter. And that's what we're all about. So it's really important to do what do you mean, Pam, by self-care? It might be about eating something nutritious. Now, if you're eating junk food, eating something that maybe isn't that healthy for you, don't panic, don't beat yourself up, just also eat some good stuff, eat some protein, eat some stuff that's going to help you feel satisfied for longer, so that you can then get out of that cycle. Hydrate yourself, keep a bottle with you, and drink regularly, get into a habit of that. Move more, it works. What else have I put? Plan some fun, book stuff in. I've messaged somebody today and said, look, we're both really busy, but maybe it's not going to be for months yet, but let's book in some time where we're going to do that stuff that we said we we're going to do. Maybe it's about just sitting instead of keep leaping up and doing something. Maybe it's about taking a moment in between tasks to just breathe, because if you keep the adrenaline pumping all day long, you will get to the end of the day and be not just exhausted, but wired, and kind of find it hard to switch off. Maybe you want to join a group. If you're reading my Monday message, it's just out of reach and I've got my feet in the water. So I've started doing a calligraphy class, and it's fabulous, especially if you're in learning and development, or any job where you're sorting everybody else out. It's just lovely to be the learner and sit and be told what to do. I'm not usually very good at that. But anyway, so join a group, get outside. Go to the loo when you want to go to the loo. We can start small with this self-care stuff. What do you need and why? Well, yes, because it's good for our health. It helps to reduce pain and inflammation. It gives us joy. It gives us longevity. It helps us with our stamina. But above all else, it's just what you're meant to do, peoples. You're meant to look after yourself. You're meant to look after this vehicle that we've been given. Whatever you don't like about it, this is the vehicle you've been given. How are you going to look after it? And when you look after your body, the rest follows. Your mind will be better. Your heart will be better. Everything else is going to be better. Okay. Good night's sleep coming, says Emma. Absolutely. For me too. I also noticed the difference. Right. So self-care, because you matter and because it just works. Start with something really practical and obvious, and build from there. So we're going to start with, in terms of the practical stuff, we're going to do just let go, which you may have done with me before. It's dead simple and a really good one to do regularly throughout the day. If you haven't got your feet in the water yet, get it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to do just let go. J-U-S-T, let go. So those are the J-U-S-T, let go. 5 things. I was going to say 6, but I realized I got a finger missing. It's been a long day. So we're going to do the just let go things. Now, these are all the things that tend to happen when you're too busy, when you're concentrating, when you've got tension you've been holding, all the stuff that holds the adrenaline and the cortisol, the stress hormones, and means that you don't get to let go. When, like if you're trying to go to sleep and you're wondering why you feel so wired and all that kind of business. Just checking the microphone's on. These are the ways in which we can let go of that. Okay, so the first thing is that our jaw tends to clench. So that's the J of the just let go. We tend to grit our teeth, clench the jaw. It gives you headaches. It means that you might grind your teeth in the nighttime. So first off, just loosen the jaw a little bit. If you want to, you can run your teeth. No, not run your teeth. Run your tongue around your teeth to ensure that that's let go, and just give it a little bit of an exercise. And you might be able to feel as you do that a little bit of tension in the muscles here, which will give you a clue that you've been holding on to tension there. Then the other thing that we tend to do is we get a bit of a frown going on, or we've got all that tension around the eyes. Again, that's terrible for headaches. So we're going to raise and lower the eyebrows up a bit. Now, this would be forehead, but it doesn't make a word. So this is called upper face. And then the S of the just is shoulders. Are they earrings right now? Are you wearing them like this? I've put my casual clothes on to do this so that I feel comfortable, but actually, have you still got your formal shoulders on? Let's roll them back a few times. Now, as I'm doing this, even though I've been taking exercise and stretching, and I do self-massage every now and again, can still feel the tension, the crunching and the clicking. So you can do separate shoulders, you can move your head and neck around, rolling the shoulders back, whatever you need to do to let go of that. Doing these things regularly through the day means you don't get to the end of the day like totally, or the end of term or the end of the year, you've held all that tension that whole time. Okay, so that's the S. And then T is for tongue. So is your tongue stuck to the roof of your mouth? You might notice that when you're concentrating, when you're on the computer and you're miles away doing something, or perhaps when you're driving. So you want to rest the tongue in the bottom palate. I'm presuming it's already in the bottom palate now because we've done the loosening of the jaw. But this is the order which the word is spelt. So that's why we're doing it that way. And then, of course, let go is all about the breath. Have you been waiting to exhale? I want you to take in a nice long breath through your nose and then breathe out through your nose or your mouth, but really keep breathing out as long as you can, as long a breath as possible. It's the out breath that really relaxes us. So do a few more of those, breathing in a nice long breath, but really breathing out long on the out breath. That's the one that you do when you land on the sofa at the end of the day, or the one where you finally arrive on holiday and chill out. That out breath is the relaxing one. So breathing in and breathing out nice and long. Right, put it all together. So we're going to breathe in. We're going to raise the forehead or the upper face. And we're going to breathe in and raise the shoulders all at the same time. You ready? Take it all the way up. And then we're going to breathe out, roll the shoulders back and down, and relax the whole of your face and your jaw. Let the tongue rest. Let's do it a few more times. Do 2 more of those in your own time. I'm feeling a little bit dizzy with all that oxygen, which shows me I haven't been doing much deep breathing today. Probably did while I was napping, but not while I was conscious. So then just bring yourself into stillness, but just notice. Let's do a little observation. So how do your shoulders and neck feel now? Where's your breathing at? Is it a bit longer than it was? How's your face? How's your jaw? How's your forehead? Those little muscles around your eyes and around your mouth. Just noticing how you feel. Just those few simple moves can make a big difference. You could make a habit of it. It's called habit stacking. You have one habit that you do all the time. So that might be, say, for instance, boiling the kettle. So if you've got a habit of boiling the kettle, you stack this habit on the top. So you're boiling the kettle. You do a few just let goes, long breaths, rolling the shoulders, easing out the face and the jaw. Do it when you first get in the car or you're getting out of the car, doing it in between things. So you've just finished one thing, you give yourself a little just let go in between. These can make a huge difference to how you feel without you even realizing it. It's not like a massive thing. It's not like couch okay, for instance. It's just a few moments just to let go of that tension. So I hope that's been useful. I hope that you can feel the difference. And now we're going to do a little shoulder massage. So if you've done this before, it's the same routine. If you've been doing this since I saw you last, then fantastic. But I suspect that although we're repeating stuff in this session, you may not have been doing it, or certainly not as often as you could have. So hopefully it's a good reminder. So we're going to use this movement with the whole hand on this main muscle here, the trapezius muscle between the neck and the shoulder. So we're going to give it a big squeeze and a big breath in. Hold it for a moment and then let go. And then keep doing that. Nice big breaths. And easing that. Now, you might find that it's really sore if there's a lot of tension. So in future, you might want to get one of those Wheatie bags and warm it up, or maybe a warm hot water bottle, not too hot, and just lay it across your shoulders. You can do that before doing your massage, or just do that. Just warm your shoulders while you're watching the TV, while you're lying down reading a book, whatever. And we're just easing that out. If you want to, you can take 2 fingers in little circles down a bit further. Ooh, have a little look, as it were, with your fingers in little circles where there might be tension. You might find crunchy bits where there's a bit of build up. And I'm going to come back to that big one. And then give it a big squeeze and a big breath in and hold it. Hold the muscle, hold the breath. And then let go. Lovely. And then we're going to just do a little bit of dusting off anything that you don't need. That's the psychological version of this. The physical version is we're affecting the fascia, which is all of the connections just below the skin. Easing that out. And just have a notice. Oh, yes, I am definitely lopsided now. I can feel that that's made a difference. So let's go in on the other side with that big hand movement on the trapezius. Give it a big squeeze, a big breath in. And let go. And then keep breathing, keep squeezing. Have a little look around with those 2 fingers in circles if you would like to. Actually, I am noticing that although I've been doing less yoga, the exercise that I've been doing is making a difference to my shoulders, which seems a bit mad because I've been walking and running, as you do with Couch to 5K, but it's made a difference to my shoulders. So there you go. Guess you're moving your arms more. Okay, so back to the big one. Give it a big squeeze and a big breath in. Hold it. Hold the breath, hold the muscle. Excellent. Right, let's dust off what we don't need. Any criticism, any stuff that's been bothering you, any overwhelm, any extra tasks that you keep setting yourself, even though you can only do what you can only do. And then we'll just do a couple of rolls. And hopefully that feels good. Again, you could do this at night time. You could do it as a bedtime routine. Do it while you're in the bath or the shower. Doing it in the shower is good because the warm water is relaxing the muscles. And in fact, if you've got quite a strong shower, just letting it land over here and then giving it a little rub is a really great idea. Right, hopefully you have got your feet in some water. If not, you can still join in if you want to put some lotion on your feet to make them easier to rub. And if you'd rather use your hands for this next bit, you can. We're going to take the left foot out of the water and we're going to dry it, but we're going to dry it as if it's the foot of somebody that you utterly adore and you want them to feel completely pampered and loved and cared for. Okay, so we're going in between the toes, all the different parts of the foot, maybe covering your foot with the towel and squeezing. I don't know why that feels so comforting, but it just feels very, I think because it usually only happens when somebody else, not my stuff, says Emma, absolutely, NMS, not my stuff. Whatever's going on, brush it off, not my stuff. You can use another word beginning with S if you prefer. So I'm squeezing my foot with the towel inside, and I think that only ever happens when I'm having some kind of pampering by somebody else who's doing my feet for me. Like, for instance, the amazing Abigail, who runs a place called Tree. And if you are anywhere near Newark in Nottinghamshire, you need to go to the Market Square and go to Tree. So it's a juice bar. It has like superfood salads and juices and smoothies and all that. And then in the upper floors is where Abigail makes magic with hot stones and bamboo and all kinds of massage that she does. And a new thing, which is like smooth stones, which is like a natural facial. Oh, just amazing. So get yourself to Newark for a treat. And yeah, she starts the massage by doing your feet in a little bowl. Oh my God. It's just lovely. So hopefully your foot's dry, and if you want to put some lotion on, feel free. And then I'm going to show you my reflexology sock here. We're going to start here, sinus, it says. Sinuses. So we're going to take a round, what's it called? Circular movement with your fingers and manipulate the tips of your toes, giving your sinus. It's really magical, this whole reflexology thing, because quite a lot of complementary therapy or pampery things, or whatever you might call them, holistic stuff, it gets a bit of a bad press. But with reflexology, even though it seems a bit weird that different parts of the body are linked to different parts of your feet, it's actually true. And whilst you need a proper medical diagnosis for things, you know, reflexologists do pick up physical ailments in different parts of the body from what they can feel in the feet area. Okay, then let's go to the head and the neck, which is the big toe. So giving that a good manipulation. And as you're doing it, just find your own way. You might find you're using 2 thumbs in this way, maybe just squeezing. If you've got painful joints in your hands, maybe, you know, just holding tightly and moving it around a little bit. All of that's good. Just under the toes is the eyes and the ears. So we'll do little, it's hard to hold it up and do it at the same time. It's easier when it's on you put it on the other leg. Little circles for the eyes and ears just under there. And then as you move down, we've got the heart, the spine, the lungs, the thyroid. We're just basically finding all the different parts and doing little circles. And just under the ball of my foot seems a bit of a interesting bit, which looks like spine and heart. The arch of your foot is the stomach. So if that feels a little bit tender, maybe you've got some tummy stuff going on. So I'm going to leave you now just to continue little circles all the way down the whole of your foot. And, you know, if you're interested afterwards, you can Google the reflexology areas and see which bits were interesting for you. But just as a quick thing, if you imagine this is the head and this is the pelvis, we're kind of working our way down the body. And similarly with the hands, we start with the sinuses and we end with the genital glands, bladder and stuff down there. So right, hopefully that feels nice. And then I want you to give your foot a round of applause. So we're clapping with one hand each side. Well done, foot. Thank you for everything. Oh my goodness, I do abuse you, stick you in my shoes and let you sweat and get sore and blisters, walking all the day. Thank you, foot. Okay, so let's just compare now. What does your left foot feel like compared to your right foot? Probably quite different, I would imagine. So now we're going to get the right foot out. And again, you're going to dry it as if it's the most special foot of the most special person in the world. Oh, in between the toes. All the little nooks and crannies, caring for that foot. I was going to show you something tonight and I've forgotten to bring it downstairs actually, but I'll mention it anyway, which is if you get a natural sponge, they're quite expensive, but they just last forever and they're really quite lovely. Oh, I've had mine for a very long time. I just thought, I don't know if using natural sponges is very ecological these days. whether people grow them in farms or they're taken out of a sea where they ought to remain anyway. So if it's all right to still have sponges, maybe you should look that up. But when they dry, they're really, really hard. And I think they're better than a pumice stone for, you know, that part of your heel that needs a little extra. Okay, so we'll do the right foot now. Hopefully it's dry. If you want to pop some lotion on, please do. I'm just going to put my other sock on. I'm saying I'm going to do less talking and more doing. I've just realized the time is whizzing by. Oh, my toes aren't getting organized. I don't know if the shape of your feet changes as you get older, but my toes seem to be going in all kinds of directions. I know my teeth are anyway. Sorry, you don't really need to know that, do you? Right, here we go then. The right foot, sinuses across the top here. So let's do some little circles with the tips of the toes to ease out our sinuses. If you've had a bit of a stuffy nose lately, that might help. And the big toe, the head and the neck, giving that some love. And the eyes and the ears in these little pads underneath. Ooh, lovely. Then it goes down to the thyroid and the lungs, the heart and the spine. Over here we have the shoulder. So give that some love, getting some extra love. 2 lots of shoulder love today. And then in the arch of the foot, the gallbladder, the stomach, the kidneys, the liver. Show you there, look, all of the stomachy things going on here, going all the way down. Little circles, pressing, giving it some love all the way down your foot. Oh, your foot deserves it. You deserve it. Okay, so when you feel, that bit's a bit, what's the name? Yeah, it's the same both sides on the tummy. Okay, right, so let's give it a clap. Well done, foot. Yes, you too. Both feet. This one particularly got a right old blister on my toe the other day from standing up working all day. And shoes with not a very big heel, but a heel nevertheless, and my poor feet put up with it all. Okay, so how does that feel? Hopefully it feels nice. I'm definitely warmer than I was. My glasses are sliding. So let's just notice how we feel. We've done the just let go with the top half of the body. We've done some extra work on the shoulders. And now hopefully we've got happy feet as well. So just noticing how that feels for you. And that's taken, well, because I've been talking, it's less than half an hour of actually working on yourself. But how different does it feel? And as Emma quite rightly says, this will make a difference to what kind of sleep you get tonight. Not least because we're also doing some deep breaths and stuff as well. That will make a huge difference, but also the physical letting go. Okay, so how are you feeling right now? It's time, my darlings, to head over to the Maldives. So I hope, excuse me, I hope that you're happy with that. Now, there are different ways of doing this. You can, I'm going to put a video on, which is a video of the Maldives with the sea rolling in very beautifully. So you can just watch that and listen to my voice and relax. But it is much better, really, if once you've watched the waves for a little while and you've kind of got that picture in your head, that you close your eyes and really get immersed in the thoughts in your own head as I talk you through being on that beach. You could do it where you are right now, or you could get even more comfortable. You could switch the lights off, you could lie down, have a blanket, get a cushion, just do whatever's comfortable for you. And when we get to the end of that relaxation, I will be finishing things off, and I've got a few things I want to tell you about, but maybe you'll be snoozing by then, and that's absolutely fine. You can catch the last bit on YouTube, because the recording will automatically upload at some point. So that should be okay. Now then, what else was I going to say? Yeah, let's just go there. You can be going to, I did this with a delegate on a course the other day, and he said, actually, Pam, I know you were taking me to the Maldives, but I decided to go to my favorite place in Cornwall. And I think it wasn't quite as hot, but it was still very nice. So it can be what you want it to be. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to set the video off. Let's just have a look at that. Oh, flipping heck. I've got myself completely lost. Hang on. Can't get to my desktop. There we go. No, that's not working either. Right, here we go. So I'll set this video off, and then I will share my screen. Right. Sorry for the faffing. Here we go. Right. Get as comfortable as you can. Have a little watch of the screen. And just breathe. Thinking about the warmth and the comfort. Emma's off to Devon. You can be wherever you want to be. And as you get comfortable, remember just to roll your shoulders, shrug off everybody else's nonsense that you don't need. Get yourself comfortable and close those eyes. Breathe a little longer, a little deeper. Remembering that it's the out breath that really relaxes us. Breathing out and letting go. Allowing yourself to just be. And wherever you are on a beautiful beach, choose what you would like to lie on. Maybe it's one of those big 4-poster beds with white curtains that you see on some beaches now. Or maybe it's a sun lounger or a simple towel on the sand. Picture everything about it, because you're choosing. It's just for you. There's only you here. It's a safe place. And you can make it whatever you want it to be. You can hear the tide rolling in and rolling out. There's a slight breeze in the trees. And there's a scent of flowers on the air. Maybe you can even sense some salt on your lips. And in this beautiful place, there's an amazing blue sky with just a few little fluffy white clouds. And the warm sun is on your skin, safely and comfortingly warming you through to your bones, softening all of your muscles, allowing you to let go of all the tension now. Softening making everything simpler. Nothing to do, nothing to know, to just be. Breathing in, breathing out. See if you can do a little scan from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, noticing if there are muscles that could relax a little further. Where else do you need to let go? Breathing in. And as you breathe out, it's almost like that ebb and flow of the tide is in tune with your breath. You're like the moon controlling the waves. As the sea comes into the sand and rolls out again. So your breath ebbs and flows. The sea is a turquoise, such a bright color. Clear sea, you can see all the way through so that you can see fish swimming. And then just a little further out, you see something bigger than the fish, something beautiful moving through the water. And you realize it's a dolphin, a very pretty dolphin. They always look like they're smiling. And as you look out into the water, you realize that there's another one and another one. In all, there are 5 dolphins swimming and then beginning to leap from the water, playing. They seem to be diving in and around each other, almost like playing leapfrog. They always look like they're smiling, and now they seem to be laughing. They're making a dolphin noise as they play in the water. If you wanted to, you could just take a few steps into the water and swim with dolphins. Or you could stay where you are and watch them play. They dive and they swim. Imagine what it would be like to breathe underwater, to be able to swim and to dive, to be a dolphin. Enjoying the freedom gliding through the water. The dolphins seem to be keeping you safe. Whether you swim or whether you're just on the beach, the dolphins are here with a message for you. A message about taking care. A message about fun and freedom and joy. A message about allowing yourself to move and to enjoy the freedom of that movement. If you're diving and playing, swimming with those dolphins, you now start to make your way towards the beach again. If you're on the beach, you stand up in order to take a little walk. And as you walk along the edge of the water, as the tide rolls in, it tickles your ankles. You can see the footprints that you're making in the sand. You have a right to be here, no less than the trees and the stars. As you make footprints in the sand and they wash away, such is life. We keep walking, we keep making footsteps, we keep moving forward. And as you walk, you can feel the sun on your face and the breeze in your hair. There's a faint smell of flowers on the breeze. And somehow, magically, there's a place for you to be here for longer if you wish. Is it a beach house? Is it a beach hut? Is it a teepee? Or perhaps it's a beautiful house with a balcony and big windows. You decide in your mind's eye. I'd like you to design it now, imagining this place that you're going to enjoy some time. And you realize that it's all up to you. You decide. In just the same way you decide what to eat and when to hydrate, when to take a rest and when to get moving. Deciding what to plan in your diary that's going to make you happy. Deciding what changes you might need to make that are going to lead to more of this feeling of calm, freedom, contentedness. As you rest in this beautiful place, I'd like you to realize that although I've been verbally guiding you, you've created the pictures in your mind's eye. This is your place, and you keep it safe inside of you so that you can go to there and enjoy it any time you wish. Breathing in, breathing out, allowing yourself a little movie. Whatever's happening right now, you choose. You might imagine yourself lying down in your beautiful place, or perhaps you're swimming or playing, listening to music, maybe dancing. In your mind's eye, have the best time in this wonderful place. What is it that you'd love to do in this sunny beach place? Your place. Whatever you need is here. You get to design this lovely place to escape to. And maybe you can get more of that feeling in your life too. So before we come back from this beautiful place, let's ensure that it's locked safely inside of you so that you can go there any time you wish to, remembering this feeling. And if you want to, you can take one hand and grip the wrist of the other hand. And as you squeeze, you're anchoring in this feeling so that any time you need to get a little boost, to feel that sense of calm or joy, or whatever it is you feel in this place, All you need to do is grip your wrist and take a deep breath and let it out to access this feeling whenever you need to. And then thinking about what can you do to feel more like this more of the time. Maybe setting yourself a quiet time at the beginning of your day. Maybe to book some fun into your diary. Maybe to repeat this relaxation whenever you need to unwind. Decide in your head right now what you need more of to feel balanced and calm and content, to give you the recharge that you need. How are you going to plug in to good energy? And how will you remind yourself to do it? So just before we come to the end, I'd like you to take in a deep breath and open your arms out wide. And as you bring your hands into your heart space, imagine you're scooping up everything that is good from this beautiful beach you've created. You're taking lovely long breaths, putting your arms out and scooping them up into your heart space. Putting your arms out and scooping them up into your heart space. You're basically thinking of the blue sky, the turquoise sea, the beautiful beach, the place that you're going to be safe. Breathe it in and scoop it up into your heart space. Scoop up all of those good feelings. And anytime you need to, remember that place is there, safe for you to access whenever you need to. And then begin to stretch a little. Maybe stretch out as long as you can. Maybe if you're lying down, you want to bring your knees up and then take your knees to the left and to the right to give your spine a little twist. Be gentle with yourself. This session has been all about unwinding and giving yourself some softness. And so we want to gently bring you back to the room. So if you've gone off to lie down, then you might want to come back to the screen just to see where we're at. Laurie Lancaster, thank you so much from the US. What a great place you took me to. Oh, that's delicious. Thank you, Laurie. I'm glad you're here. So you might feel you want to just do a few more easing out of your shoulders. And have you realized, oh, I just got goosebumps of that, just that sense of having let go of some stuff. Because if you have a lot going on right now, and who doesn't, you might feel sluggish, tired, fatigued. You might have that sense of, oh, I can't do any self-care, I'm too tired. And actually, you haven't been running a marathon, you haven't been digging a ditch all day. Actually, you're not physically tired, you are mentally tired. And physical movement, some of the reflexology, the shoulder massage, maybe a brisk walk, something that is more physical is actually going to bring energy, because you're kind of underneath your day, you know, all the stuff of your day is kind of there. And when you break out with some stretches and some movement, and even, you know, just like we did just now with the eyes closed and imagining you've gone somewhere wonderful, we're shedding the day, we're shedding the nonsense, we're letting go. So how can you do more of that and make sure that your good energy gets time to shine, chance to get out there? So I hope you've enjoyed that. I've got a few things. So one is that you get a gold star for joining me. And remember that STAR stands for someone truly amazing. And when you get shine, you go, really, Pam? That's what the R is for. Yes, really. Someone truly amazing, really. That's you. And I've got some things that you might like that will just keep things going. So I've got a new thing called Linktree, which is basically a page with all of my links on, including a link to my books and a free poster that reminds you of my well-being model. Oh, you're very welcome, Emma. Thank you for being here. So this is the care well-being model that basically has got all my stuff in it, and also my Burnout Buster book, which is a lot smaller, as you'll see. So on the Linktree thing, you can find a hidden web page where you can get a free PDF copy of this book and links to that one as well. There's also videos of the care model and well, loads of stuff. So what I'm going to do when we've finished is I'm going to put the slides back on, and on those slides is a QR code. So you can open your phone camera and scan that QR code. It'll take you to the Linktree with all the things on it, including printable posters and all kinds of things. And also, if the QR code for whatever reason is not working for you, there's the actual URL of that link, so that you'll get that there. If you work with people who are very stressed right now and you want to tell the people with the budget to call me and talk about coming into your team to do some wellbeing sessions, that's basically what I'm doing up and down the country at the moment. So we can do an hour and a half, or we can do a whole day. We could do a whole week if you want, so that I can teach everybody the science and the psychology of stress and well-being, and how you can just be more well, and also to link you up as a team. I'm doing quite a lot of using well-being to help people to reconnect as teams after having been at the four corners of the world, or that hybrid thing where you're not really in the office enough and all those things. So let me know, and you can email me pam@pamburrows.com if you'd like to ask me a bit more about the team stuff that I do. I can speak at conferences, or just come in for your small team. We can do that. And I think that's everything for now. We're at 7:28. I'm trying really hard not to overrun, so I might end up actually finishing early, but do access all of that stuff that I told you about. And very importantly, if you don't already get it, sign up for my Monday motivator message. So on my website, on any page of the website, at the bottom of the page, there's a sign up to the Monday motivator. So it's an email comes 6 a.m. every Monday morning, to give you a little boost, and there's always a video on there with a technique or something to help you remember some of the things that I've been talking about. And I hope that you will enjoy that. So the website is pamburrows.com, and I hope that this has been for you as it has been for me, because although I'm actually running it, I'm doing it at the same time, and I definitely feel the benefit. So I hope you sleep well. Feel free, if you want to, send me an email just to let me know what you thought of this, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on catch up, and any questions you might have, or just let me know how you found it. Better still, message me tomorrow when you've had a really cracking night's sleep and tell me how fabulous it was, and let me know if I can then tell everybody else what you said as well, because it's lovely to share those positives about what we do and what we can do for ourselves. So I feel like I've already got my pajamas on with my casual clothes to be comfortable with you right now, but I think I'm going to be soon in my pajamas and having a happy night's sleep. I hope you will too. You are welcome, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you. Best spa ever from Grace and Emma. Oh, Grace, I'm so glad you were joining your mum. That's so delightful. It's just been absolutely delicious. Oh, there we are. It's 7:30. So I wish you all the best. Please, 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 as it says on the spine of my book, please look after your very precious self. You're worth it. And the more you care for yourself, the better things will be. Whatever you're coping with right now, well done you. You get another gold star for all of that stuff that you're handling right now. And you're not going to be able to carry on doing that unless you're looking after yourself as well. Thanks for joining me. It's been an absolute delight. Have the best rest of your day and a good day tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep. Bye for now.